Hi, I'm Lauren Grace. I'm an evidential medium and a seer, and I'm the owner-operator of Lauren Grace Inspirations. I'm a channel of the light and work with spirit guides, angels, the higher self, and passed over loved ones to provide you with support, clarity, and encouragement. Using oracle cards, mediumship, and clairvoyance, my readings will leave you feeling comforted and empowered. I have various reading options available, ranging from 30-minute readings to 60-minute readings to group sessions, all online or in person. I also work with professionals to help them gain clarity in business and life purpose. To book a reading with me, simply head to laurengraceinspirations.com. Hello. Happy Monday or Sunday, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome to the show. I'm Lauren Grace. I'm a medium and I'm a seer, and I'm the owner-operator of Lauren Grace Inspirations, and I'm also the host of the Afterlife podcast, new episode every Thursday. So thank you so much for joining me today. I got to tell you, I am feeling the vibes. I'm feeling the positive energy. Here I am, coming at you with positive vibes, okay? I know that's a funny name, and I am feeling that today. I think it's going to be a hot night of spirit connections, and I cannot wait to connect with you. All right. So just before we kick off, just a friendly reminder that if you are going to be watching, please do leave a comment. Please share this with your friends and family and anyone you think might be interested in watching this. Thank you so much for your support. Remember to continue to comment as well, because I will read for multiple people over the course of the hour. And I would love to, hear from you. I would love to hear whether or not the reading resonates with you and all that jazz. So I've got my aircon in the background. So if that gets too loud, please let me know and I'll turn it off. I just thought that was a bit better than the alternative, which is getting super sweaty. So what I'd like to do before we get started, feeling lots of energy here, lots of energy. It's going to be a big one. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is settle in wherever you are. I want you to feel your sit bones on your chair. If you're driving or operating heavy machinery, please do not do this, or keep your eyes open at least. So I want you, if you feel comfortable, to grab your left hand and to put it on your heart, and your right hand to put it above your left hand or on top of your left hand. And we're just going to take 3 cleansing breaths here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. So I'll let you do that. And as you do that, I want to call in our angels and our spirit guides and our passed over loved ones. I want to call in the light of Archangel Raphael, beautiful green emerald light, to support us and surround us with your healing. I want to call in Archangel Michael with your beautiful, brilliant blue light to surround us with your protection and your guidance. Archangel Gabriel to come in and to assist us with communication and shine your beautiful purple light over us. Archangel Jophiel with your gorgeous yellow light, covering us with joy and harmony and peace. Archangel Shamuel to come in with your beautiful pink light and shine your light on us with unconditional love and truth. Fill us with that. And Archangel Uriel with your brilliant red, powerful light to come in and assist us in times of need and transformation. Thank you. And we'll also call in Archangel Haniel, who's made herself known, to come in and support us in her silver light, bringing in magic and miracles. And so it is. And just remember, you are enough just as you are. You are brilliant just as you are, and there is nothing wrong with you and nothing that needs fixing. All right. I almost fell asleep there. Not fell asleep, but I almost went off into La La Land for a minute, and then I realized I got a show to do. So here we go. Okay, I'm just going to head to the comments. We have over 20 people watching at the moment. That's so great, watching across a variety of channels. If you are watching me on Lauren Grace Inspirations, thank you so much for following over on that page. on Spiritual Events Directory, or maybe even on YouTube. So welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, I'm just going to have a look here. If you are with me, can you please continue to comment and let me know? Okay. Okay. Charmin, I'm going to go with you. And can Spirit tell me, should I stay or should I go relationship-wise? So number one, I will never tell anyone if they should stay or go or do anything like that. But what I will do is I will tell you what the cards say, and I will assist you in finding that truth for yourself. Now, in my experience, when something is in question, sometimes you need more information. Sometimes you need to take a step back and look at things objectively. Sometimes we need to pivot. In my experience, when things are working well, you don't question. It's not something that you sit and ponder. That being said, we also have these tendencies as humans to self-sabotage and to create issues where there are none. So if that's confusing, I bet you it might be. But one thing that I think you could look into, actually, they're telling me, Charmin, is have a look at Gay Hendricks' book, The Big Leap. It's an amazing book. It talks a lot about how we tend to sometimes upper limit ourselves, how we tend to, when things are going really well, we create issues where there are none. I'm not saying that's what you're doing. I'm just saying that it's a really interesting book with a lot of food for thought in there, okay? Also, I find that Esther Hicks's teachings are really good. She teaches from Abraham. She channels an entity called Abraham, and she often talks about how when we are attracting things in our lives and we look to change the situation, we stand a chance at the situation happening again, unless we get our sort of vibration and our ducks in order, so to speak. So there's information for you out there about that too. And then they're also telling me about Eckhart Tolle, my main man, Tolle, and he talks a lot about being in the present moment and how, you know, we have like these pain bodies within ourselves. And when sometimes what we tend to do is we tend to create drama in situations. I'm not saying you're doing that or anyone at home is doing that, but we tend to do that sort of at a default, kind of like we are unconscious. And when we become conscious, we can realize that we're playing a role or we're acting a certain way. So those are some resources for you, hopefully that you'll find helpful. I'm feeling a lot of emotion about this with you. I'm feeling a lot in my heart. I'm feeling very, what's the word I'm looking for? Heavy. So I'm sorry that you're feeling that way, if that resonates with you. One thing that you could do is look at doing a little bit of heart clearing. So on the Afterlight, all one word, Afterlight podcast, I have a beautiful meditation called Heart Breath Meditation, and it's with Beloved. And that's just an opportunity for you to do some loving kindness and some healing work in your heart space. And I think that might be really, really good. They're also telling me to talk a little bit nicer to yourself. I think sometimes you're really hard on yourself. And sometimes you don't think that you're worthy of all the goodness that life has to offer. And I just want to let you know that you really are worthy of that. You know, that you truly are deserving of love. Okay. You're deserving of the kind of love that you feel secure in and safe in, and that you are free to be yourself and you are free to, you know, grow in a loving relationship. You know, it's one person and one person becoming one together, not two halves. Okay. They're telling me that's really important for you. I hear that. Thank you. They're talking about unconditional love for yourself as well. We'd like to encourage you to go and get a rose quartz crystal if you don't already have one. That's really just a lot about taking some time to give back to yourself. Okay. And just a reminder too, for anyone at home watching, that, you know, when I'm reading for someone, Spirit always tells me who to pick. And the reasons why I pick these people is very often because they have a question that pertains to many people. And so it's sort of one way of serving many people. So even if you're not the sitter, you're still getting the lessons if you're open to it. So let's pull a card for you. Okay, so one of the cards that we're getting here is big happy changes. So that's wonderful. So that could really be about your reframing and you're looking at things in a new way. It could be that there's new light, new energy, new love that really enters this existing relationship. It could mean that you feel the relationship has sort of, kind of outgrown itself and maybe you're ready to move on to the next sort of step. But regardless of that, it's letting you know, I hear that, I'll tell her. It's really allowing you right now to just trust that everything is all good and it's all going to be working out for you, okay? Big happy changes. And believe me, not all the cards in this deck say that. So that's important to note. I am getting a little bit of a headache. I am feeling quite a lot of pressure in the head. It seems to me like you're trying to think a lot of things through. Sometimes when we're making a decision, we're like overthinking things and then we get confused and we ask the support of our friends and our neighbors and our parents and our family and our kids and our of psychics even. And then we're like, I don't even know anymore what my opinion is because I have all these people's opinions in my brain. So one of the things that they're encouraging you to do is to see whenever possible to get out of your head, do some mindfulness meditation, do some deep breathing, get out in nature without your phone. You can even talk out loud so you can sort of empty your brain. You can even do some journaling to empty all those thoughts. And then see how you feel about something. See what your heart says, Does your heart grow with love and compassion and excitement, or do you get anxiety and a little bit of worry? When you notice yourself making one decision, do you feel lighter and easier? Do you feel heavier? So start to notice those little things within yourself. So I hope that was helpful. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Again, I won't tell you what to do, but I will tell you that you have all the answers within yourself. Just trust yourself, okay? And continue to grow in love for yourself because you're worth it. Okay, thank you. Who's next, y'all? Who's next? William Garrison is overwhelmed. Oh, just before we go to you, William. Charmin, validation. Yes, feeling very heavy in the heart. There is no joy in my life. He's difficult to live with. Yes, I'm looking for answers from anyone. More meditation and journaling. One of the things that you could do as well, I'm getting so much confirmation for you, my sister, is about writing down your list of things that you wish, a relationship could look like. And then, maybe starting at, oh, I hear that. Thank you. One of the things that they're telling us is sometimes our people in our lives, in relationships, in work situations, they tell us, or they're acting in the way that we're telling them, even subconsciously. Like, for example, oh my God, you're so annoying. And then all of a sudden we see all these annoying things, or you're really difficult. And then we see all these difficult things. Whereas if we start to focus on all the things that we love about that person, or we appreciate, or we like about them, it starts to show them in a different light. Okay. I also feel a lot going on in the throat here. I feel like there needs to be some communication about you expressing what your needs are, what your desires are, what you wish to achieve, maybe in your future goals, what is important to you. One of the things that I always like to tell my clients is that we attract the love we think we deserve. So it's really about taking some time to think about, what kind of love do you feel you deserve? And then seeing if that measures up. And is there a way to ask for what you need without assuming someone knows already? So I'd really encourage you to check out those books and those authors I mentioned earlier. And I'd love to hear from you if you want to let me know how things go. I'd really love to hear from you, but I'm sending you a lot of love and light. Okay, William is overwhelmed, and that sucks when you feel overwhelmed. Let me tell you something that's going to maybe annoy you. Ready? Being overwhelmed is a choice, and very often being overwhelmed is because we have too many thoughts going on in our mind, and we have too much pressure going on in our mind, and our thoughts are telling us every single thing that we're not doing, could be doing, should be doing, want to be doing, didn't do, won't do, blah, blah, blah. And we have this crazy conversation going on and on and on in our head, and we get no reprieve, right? We get no space. We get no, I've got that song in my head. I can't get no satisfaction, right? I got that in my head. So we can get no satisfaction when we constantly have all these things, a barrage of thoughts just overwhelming us, okay? Now, what happens when we're overwhelmed is we miss what's happening in the moment. We miss the different people that we're engaging with. We miss those little hints gifts, those little signs from spirit. We miss the opportunities that people are showing our way, you know, whether there's like a new job posting, whether there's like a travel, special going on. When we are so overwhelmed, we are missing the moments that are happening now. And when we miss the moments that are happening now, we are out of our power, because our present moment is always the point of power. Now, William, I'm not sure if you're a big reader, but if you are, I want to encourage you to check out Eckhart Tolle's work, Tolle. He wrote the book, The Power of Now, and he also wrote the book, A New Earth. Now, one of the things you can do as well is get the audiobooks. He's a very slow speaker, and it's very intentional, because what he does is he speaks slowly. So he creates space between thoughts. And what that does in those beautiful moments of space is it creates peace. And when we have a quiet mind, when we have peace, overwhelm doesn't even stand a chance, because we're conscious, because we're in the moment. So I encourage you to check out his work. I would also encourage you to do a little bit of meditation or some slow stretching, because what stretching can do is it gets us out of our head and into our body. And when we can get into our body, we can stop all of that crazy talk going on in our head, and we can arrive back into the moment. Now, if you're overwhelmed in terms of work relationships or work itself, or all the things that you feel like you need to do, I teach time management. It's just one of my favorite subjects, actually. But what I'd like to encourage you to do is think about what is the most important thing to do right now, and then do that, and then laser focus upon it. Turn your phone off, shut the door, turn off the music, tell the family you're going to be busy for a minute, and laser focus on that one task, and then do that, and then do the next one. You could also write down all the things that are overwhelming you. And you might find that when you write things down, it actually clears your mind, and that assists you with your overwhelm. And then you look at your list and you go, what's the most important thing to do now? You do that, you cross it off, you go to the next thing. We can only focus on one thing at a time. Multitasking is not a thing, okay? It's not true. You can't do it. It's like multi-switching your brain. You can't do it. So I hope you find that helpful. I really want to encourage you to do some deep breathing. If you could just do 5 to 10 minutes of that a day, you can listen to some nice music and just breathe. That's a great way of getting started. There's a lot of meditations to assist you out there with overwhelm. It's just remembering that overwhelm is coming from too many thoughts. And when we can learn to quiet the thoughts, we can learn to arrive in the moment, and we can feel more in control of things. Our thoughts pretend to be important, but they are not. They're just thoughts. They're not who you are. You are the one who witnesses the thought. You are the one behind the thought. You are the observer. So I'd love to hear if that's helpful. And will I accomplish what I'm trying? You're asking, will you accomplish what you're trying? I am, you're trying. You're doing the best you can, mate. Don't get too hard on yourself. Believe me, I overwhelmed myself a couple years ago. I was so overwhelmed. I almost gave myself a mental breakdown. So I actually took like 4 to 5 years off spirituality. And all I did was I read Eckhart Tolle's work about the power of now. And when I did that, it helped me to arrive in the present. It helped me to be where I am. And it helped me to feel in control. And it helped me to quiet the thoughts in my head. I didn't even want to hang up the laundry, because I just didn't want to be alone with my thoughts, okay? Because I had so many of all the things to do, and all the worries I had, and all the fears and all that kind of stuff. So when I worked with, like when I read his books and I watched his YouTube videos with Oprah and all this kind of stuff, it really spoke to me, and it changed my whole life. So I really want to encourage you to do that, okay? I'm going to pull one card for you though, and then we'll move on. William, oh my God, are you ready for this? Number one, look at all these cards, and I'm shuffling, and I know you saw me, but look at what card we got. Deep quiet, meditation, and stillness. There is a beautiful future waiting to happen for you starting right now. So Eckhart Tolle, Tolle, grab the audiobooks, look at his YouTube videos. There are so many people like myself that have really had so much healing from being able to be in the moment and to quiet our thoughts down. So that's your homework, meditation and stillness. Sending you lots of support, mate. Okay, who's next? Carrie, I see you showing up here. My girl, let's do it. Carrie. I also want to just invite people's passed over loved ones to jump on in here. I know we're doing a lot of psychic work today. Let's see what we get. This is for Carrie. She would just love some guidance. And you know, I love my emojis or emoticons, whatever they're called. I love it. I love the colors. I love the hearts. I love the flowers. I love the prayers. I love all the color and joy that those bring. So feel free to go crazy in the comments with any of those. It works for me. Okay, here we go. Just before I look at your card, I just want to see where we're going here. I'm feeling a lot of pressure in the throat area. So that's automatically got to do with communication or digesting something, whether or not, you know, there's something happening that you have a difficult time. Although that's more like stomach, but I do sometimes pick that up in the throat. I do feel for you though, because I really want to cough and clear my throat. It feels like you need to get something sort of off your chest. Yes, definitely going on in the throat space here. I'm just seeing what else I can pick up from your energy. I also feel a lot of pressure in the jaw area, and I kind of like feel a little bit of sort of stress, I guess, in terms of like smiling sort of. So it kind of seems to me that there's some communication stuff going on that's really affecting your ability to be who you truly are. And I feel like you're kind of like trying to hold a certain face or maintain a certain front. So the card that we got for you is preparations come to fruition. So this is a really interesting card. So as we can see here, this woman is sort of standing and she's got like a beautiful robe and she's kind of looking down, but she's all sort of covered up. There's also a beautiful magical seahorse that you can sort of see there. Seahorse really symbolic of intuition, about connecting with that intuition, but also connecting with the creative side of things, because they're so beautiful. They really remind me of music. They really remind me of movement. Okay. Also, when I'm looking at this card here and it's just surrounding by all this light, there's also a little fishy there at the bottom, which is all about intuition. It's all about emotions. Now, this woman is sort of cover up, right? She's got all these layers that are sort of going on. And I think that that's sort of talking about the communication stuff kind of bogging you down and holding you down. And it's sort of like, you know where you want to go. You're kind of preparing yourself to kind of unveil, unravel, right? It's like take off the shawl, take off the hat, step into your power, speak your truth. So it seems to me like you're sort of preparing. I hear that. You're preparing for an unveiling. That's really what I'm getting from you here. And we can see that with the, you know, the sort of the veil that's kind of happening here. So there is so much light and wisdom and beauty to be found within this card. It's also number 42, and 4 + 2 is a 6. And 6 for me is a number of family. It's a number of love. It's also the number of coming around the corner and seeing things clearly. Okay. So I really feel like you've been tapping into the, you know, this part of yourself, tapping into your intuition. You're sort of getting ready to express yourself. Now, if you feel a little bit nervous about expressing yourself, you can always talk out loud to yourself in the car, to your animals, that kind of thing. And you can also journal. Is a really great way to get started. One of the things that I sometimes do is when I was starting out, you know, as a medium, or even when I was starting my own business, is I would slowly tell people little pieces of what I was up to. And I was doing that as a way of keeping myself accountable, as a way of making sure that I was stepping into, you know, the direction I wanted to be in. And I was kind of like making myself do that by sharing these things with other people. But I was also telling people things in a way that I wasn't questioning whether or not it was a good idea. And also I was telling people that I knew would have my back, that I knew would be supporting me, right? So that's one of the things you want to look out for, is when you're starting on a new path, when you're starting to unveil and open up to who you truly are, you can't share your secrets with everyone. You can't share your dreams with everyone. So choose those people wisely and just do it in slow, little, minor pieces. You don't have to tell everyone, you know, like for me, I didn't tell everyone, hey, I'm a medium and I'm a clairvoyant. You know, I was like slowly and going, I'm a spiritual intuitive. you know, and then I'm like, okay, I'm a clairvoyant. And then most recently it's like, okay, I'm a medium as well. You know, now people know it's out, but it's important that you kind of do things in little small steps that really are going to resonate and work for you. I'll pull one more card for you and then we'll keep going on. Oh, I love that. So the universe is your partner. And you can see here that there's the hand, which is showing that. And this hand is really just showing you, you know, to ask and then be prepared to receive. So this is number 31, and 3 + 1 is a 4. And 4 for me is a lot about communication, but it's also a lot about goal setting. It's like when you want to achieve something, you have all the steps that you need to accomplish in order to achieve that. Universe is going to meet you halfway, but you got to ask for what you want, and then you've got to be able to receive. In my experience, working on the heart space, bringing in that green, beautiful, shiny, sparkly light in the heart space is really going to assist you in also receiving, okay? So it's about preparing to unveil, asking for what you need, putting out there what you expect to happen, doing so with love and kindness, and then working on that heart space so that you can be open to receiving all the goodness. The creator and source energy, whatever you want to call it, however it resonates with you, is your partner. You're co-creating all the time. So when you're co-creating, you want to say to yourself, I really want to achieve blah, 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 this or something better for the highest good of all concerned. That's how I do it anyway, because I go, this or something better, just in case I'm not dreaming big enough, and for the highest good of all concerned. Because if anyone else is going to be affected, then I know that I've taken care of their best interest as well as my own. So I'd love to hear if that resonates with you. Thank you so much for the question. Let's keep on rocking. And we've got Cindy from Florida. What's up? Let's do it. I'm just going to head over here. Cindy from Florida. I'm just going to have a quick little look and see if I've got any feedback. All right. Cindy from Florida, if you're still here, can you please let me know? I'm just having to check if there's anyone in spirit here. Can I just get my guides to bring through any passed over loved ones as well? Any spirit guides, anyone like that? That can assist Cynthia in her reading, please. Cynthia, I feel like there's a lot going on in the throat for you. I'm feeling a lot of pressure coming to my throat space here. I feel like I want to clear my throat, but I'm also feeling a lot of heaviness. I also feel a little bit of heaviness in the back of the neck, but I feel a lot of heaviness here. Like I'm really having, it's almost like I'm having a hard time breathing. I feel like there's some respiratory stuff possibly going on here, but I feel like the throat automatically drawn to it. And I'm like, oh, but also in the lung space, I really feel like there's some difficulty in breathing. Can you let me know if that resonates with you? I'm also being drawn to this heart space. So it could be in terms of matter of the heart, but I really feel a heaviness on the lungs, which is drawing me to the lungs. Yeah. One of the things that they're telling me is to double check that the air that you're breathing is good. I have talked about that before on the show. I'm not sure if you've heard it, but basically you want to make sure that, you know, you have your pillows are like, they're not old, that, you know, if they're a couple years old, chuck them out or wash them on a really, really, really high heat. You want to make sure that they're clean. You want to have double pillowcases, things like that, your bedding, your mattress, all that kind of basic stuff, right? You want to make sure that you're just not breathing in a lot of dust mites, because I feel like there's a lot of heaviness here, okay? I'm not sure if you're a smoker, but I feel like there's like heaviness going on in the lung space, and I'm really needing to clear it. It's kind of like if you imagine that there's like maybe some rain clouds. It's really what I'm feeling right here. One of the things that you can do as well is the obvious things, right? Looking at what you're breathing, looking at what you're breathing in, looking at making sure that, you know, you're doing your spring cleaning, all that kind of stuff, especially down in Florida, a lot of humidity. I'm in Australia, so I totally feel that. But you could also do a little bit of sound healing. So many stuff is just like, I feel like a lot around here. I feel like there's like, I really need to clear that for you, or with you. Okay. So what you could do right now is actually take your hands and just do clapping over your lungs, even a couple of that. And just even in your imagination, you imagine rain clouds and they're kind of like being dispersed. It's like, go off, y'all, go off, and kind of like letting them go. I feel like that's better. So if you want to do a couple more claps and then kind of out with your fingers, out, and even do this, out, 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 out. I feel like that's going to be a little bit better. Some of the things that you could breathe in as well are like some eucalyptus, maybe even a little bit of peppermint. Put a couple of drops of that in some hot water. Breathe in some of that steam to just kind of move that stuff going off. Okay, just want to move that stuff around. Also, because it's in the heart space, I feel like there needs to be some work around the heart space, some heart healing that's going on there. Now, the heart space is green. You want to bring in any kind of green. You want to do that heart breath healing that I talked about earlier on the Afterlight, all one word, Afterlight podcast with Beloved. You want to go back. You want to do that heart breath. That's about loving kindness into the heart space. It's about promoting healing. Okay. I hear that. They're also telling me to ask to work with Archangel Raphael if you feel called. Archangel Raphael is the archangel of healing. He's going to be bringing in a beautiful green light. I'm also feeling a lot of pressure in the neck and the shoulders kind of area. So if you could get a little bit of like a massage, remedial massage, do anything to kind of move that, loosen that sort of stuff up, that would be really, really positive. All right, I'm just going to see if I've got a card for you. This is resonating as well. I would love to hear from you, Cynthia. Okay. I'm feeling a lot in the back of the neck. I think a massage would be really, really good for you. There's healing touch is a healing modality. There's also Reiki. Also, Healing Works with Bernadette on Facebook. She's an amazing theta healer. She does a lot of stuff over Zoom or on WhatsApp. You can just email her and talk to her. DM me if you want her contact, but I get my healings from her. She's incredible. She can really help lift some of that stuff that's going on as well. And also, if you're open to it, you could bring in some sage. I like to smudge with sage. So I take sage, I burn it. I'll get like a stick of it. I've got it here. I'll get like a stick of it and then I'll burn it over a candle, never with matches. Or you can do any other kind of like herb bundles that really resonate with you. And you just sort of clear and cleanse through smoke to just kind of clear some of that energy out. Because I feel like we got to do some cutting. Oh yeah, I hear that. Cord cutting. We want to call in Archangel Michael as well to assist you with a little bit of cord cutting. Basically, when we connect with people, we intertwine our energy. Right? That's how I can pick up on all this stuff because our energy at the moment is intertwined. But sometimes we forget to cut those connections with people, especially when they're from the past and we've moved on from that. So if you want to look up some cord cutting with Archangel Michael, that would be really positive. Also on the Afterlight podcast, there's a free meditation with Sandy Turkington, and she does a meditation that's all about letting the past go, getting rid of grief, getting rid of worry, all that kind of stuff. You might really benefit from that. I'm really feeling like a lot of pressure around the head here, and I really want to cut my cords. I really want to do like a cutting sensation. I know I look crazy doing that, but I'm feeling a lot of pressure for you around there. You want to even do some of that sound cleaning and then moving like that with your hands. Okay. All right. So the card for you today, and then we'll move on to someone else, is the Woodwives card. And this is the card of adaptability. Look at how beautiful that is. So that's a beautiful tree spirit. And you can tell that there's movement. You can tell that there's like some reference here to fall. And you can tell that there's like that beautiful light that's shining through. And it's just really showing that movement within things that are happening. I also see kind of like a form kind of taking place. So I really feel like you're kind of like growing out of something. Like you maybe been sort of stuck and you're like, okay, I feel like I'm in quicksand, kind of. I feel like I'm in a winter, I'm hibernating. Now I'm ready to come out. I'm going to be the phoenix. I'm ready to move and shift into a whole new being. I hear that, like a butterfly coming out of a cocoon, right? And with the rain clouds and that kind of stuff, it's just the cocoon is coming off. And you're like, I'm ready to try something new, to breathe in a whole new day. That's what we're feeling here. A whole new day that's really coming. It's like, I hear that. It's like you're becoming basically, it's like you're transitioning, but like you're changing into a new way of being. Like you're not going to look at things necessarily the same way as you used to before. I would love to hear if this is resonating with you. This is also number 64. 6 plus 4 is a 10. 1 plus 0 is a 1. 1 is a new beginning. It's not an 11, which means it's not like a super high energy number. It's like a casual change, which I like because I think that a casual change for you is going to set you apart into a bigger change where you're not going to be overwhelmed. That means your spirit guides are doing a perfect job by you, while they're like drip feeding these changes to you as you slowly grow out and you become who you are. So I would love to hear how that resonates with you. Thank you. Thank you for your question. Florida, represent. Okay, let's see who we've got. Who else? Love that. Thank you. I'm glad that resonated. You might have to like rewind and listen to all that because I know that was a lot. Grab your notepad. Okay, let's see who we've got. Oh, thank you very much. Cynthia said, I love your energy. Thank you. I love your energy too. I was just feeling the vibes today, I can say. All right, let's keep going. Who is next? Susan Blue. Susan Blue. What a cool name. Susan Blue with the rabbit and the blue heart and the star. Susan. Automatically drawn into the solar plexus area, which is the gut area here, Susan. Okay, that really makes me think we need to do a little gut health, little gut clearing there. If you want to look into doing some probiotics. I'm also hearing that, maybe cutting down on some of the sugars, gluten, processed foods, things like that, really doing a little bit of the clearing up. They are talking a lot about green vegetables, that sort of thing, probiotics. They're talking about fermented foods, anything that's really going to help you to restore a little bit of gut health. Apple cider vinegar would be really good for you as well. I'm being drawn there. I'm also being drawn to the throat here, which is a lot about communication, a lot of heaviness going on in the throat as well. So I'm not sure whether or not you're having difficulty expressing yourself, but I really think that if you can do a little bit of work around your gut health, that's really going to actually assist you with your communication. Because when we have issues going on in our solar plexus is, in the tummy area, right? And that's like yellow. It's a yellow chakra. And it's really a lot about willpower. It's about courage. It's a lot about stepping into our power. It's about being who we truly are, letting the world sort of, see us. We're like, I'm not afraid to speak my truth. Here I am. I'm going to, be who I am. But I feel like sometimes when our gut is a little bit imbalanced, it's difficult for us to also be who we are authentically on other levels. So I'd really encourage you to see if you can do a little bit of work with your doctor or nutritionist, or just tune in to, what I said and see whether or not that feels right for you and give it a go. Let's see what cards we get. I'm also using, because I feel like some of you are wondering, the Shaman's Dream Oracle here by Colette Baron Reed and Alberto Villoldo. I forgot how to say his name there. And Colette Baron Reed, I use many of her decks. She is extraordinary. And Alberto is a beautiful writer as well. He's got some books. And, okay. Susan. I feel like I want to go, oh, Susie Q, oh, baby, I love you. Susie Q. Is there someone in spirit singing that song to you? I feel like I've got an older man here in spirit. If you want to step forward, sir, so I can sit. Okay, so I feel like he's around 5'9". He does strike me as an older gentleman. I would put him in his mid to late 60s. He does strike me as being a little round in the middle. He does remind me a little bit of my grandfather, actually. It's very funny. He's got a really beautiful energy about him. He feels like really jolly to me, like he likes to have fun. He likes to joke around. He's kind of like someone who would be at the party and maybe minding his own business, but if there's a good song on, you could kind of like see him shuffling, you can kind of see him grooving to the beat, grooving to the music. And I really feel like he's saying, oh, Susie Q. In my head, he's like bringing that song forward. If I were to look at him, can you step a little bit closer for me, please? He does strike me as being Caucasian. That's the way that I view him anyway. I do feel like he's got lighter sort of brown hair. I do feel like there's something going on here, like a comb over or like a fringe. But I feel like there's some emphasis here on the way that his bangs are on his face. Can you drop some other things into as well, sir? I feel like I'm really drawn to the throat here with him. Like there's pressure on the throat, like I really want to cough. So that could be a lot about respiratory in terms of his passing, could be about things left unsaid, could be tapping into, some of the communication going on with you as well. I'm just going to listen for a second, see what else I can get from him. He keeps telling me songs, so I want to go. Jeremiah was a bullfrog, boom, 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 was a good friend of mine. So definitely a music reference for this guy. Last time I was connecting with this spirit who just wanted to give me lots of music. He was a music teacher, so there might be a music connection here, might be a band, might be just a lover of music. Keep going. Never understood a single word he said. He really wants me to sing a lot. This is not a concert, sir. If you want to bring me in something else, that would be great. Anything else, any memories, any hobbies, anything else that can help us place you? I would want to put him on the mother's side of the family, Susan. So when I'm connecting with his energy, I do feel like he steps behind you on the mother's side of the family. So I definitely would put him as a connection of a mother, like a father figure to your mother. So it could be like a grandfather, something sort of around that way. Would love to hear if this is working for you as well. If you could give me some validation or any questions or anything like that. We'll see what else we can get here. Just going to sit and wait for a minute. If you want to come into my energy, sir, so I can feel a little bit more, thank you. He's really playing me music. He's going a bop bop a loopa a bop be do tutti frutti all rude. Yeah, I feel like he's just mucking around. So I would love to know if these songs are referencing anything for you. If you can connect to this guy. I'm also feeling a headache now. So originally I was feeling a little bit of pressure around the throat and also a head space. So I'm feeling some pressure in the head for him. And also I'm hearing the word Mark. I'm hearing the word Anthony. So I just want to reference these as well. Could also sound like Mark or sound like Anthony, right? Sometimes there's a bit of a filter and it's sort of muffled at times, but I'm getting those names as well. I'm also going to pull a card for you, Susan, Susie. And we'll see if he drops in anything else as well while we're at it. And I hope my friends at home are loving the show. Oh, cool. I just saw 42 people on and then 42 people or 42 minutes after 5. So that's awesome. I love that. 44 now. Great angel number. Thank you so much for watching me. I've got people watching me on Spiritual Events Directory, over on YouTube, on the Afterlight podcast page, and also on the Lauren Grace Inspirations Facebook. I've left all my links as well in the post. If you want to have an hour reading with me, imagine what we could accomplish in an hour. I would love for you to book a reading with me. All the details are in there. All right, Susan. Ooh, what a beautiful card. So this is the Cosmic Womb card, and this is the Divine Feminine. And this is so gorgeous. You can see there's like a little bit of geometry sort of in there as well, but that's really making me feel the heart space. I'm also feeling a lot of emotion when I'm connecting with this. It's also number 6, and 6 is the number of family. It's a number of love. It's also, for me, the number that's about coming around the corner and seeing things clearly. You know, it's like, oh, wow, this was here the whole entire time. I really feel like you're starting to step into yourself. You're really stepping into your divine feminine energy a little bit more than before. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you before your passed over loved one jumped in with all their songs, was I was really talking about the solar plexus, but one of the things I really want to encourage you to do is a little bit more dance, a little bit more movement, all right? And as you connect with your divine feminine, with your feminine energy, you know, if you can do a little bit of movement, like a belly dancing, hula hooping, even if you don't do that, but you do that kind of movement, that sort of sensual movement, I think that's really going to assist you in connecting with your body, because I really feel like there maybe has been a bit of a disconnect, and it can assist you in really getting to know yourself again. One of the things that I do on a regular basis is I have a dance party. So sometimes I'll be working and then I'll be feeling tired and I'll go, you know what? I got to go and have a dance party. Better not say it too loud. My dog knows those words. He knows it's like fun time when we have a dance party. So that might be something that you look at doing. It's just really kind of connecting with your body in a new way. Maybe Zumba or something like that would be really nice for you. And yeah, that's your reading. So I'd love to thank your Pastor Verlovan. Thank you for being here. And I want to say namaste for some reason. And I'd love to hear whether or not that resonated with you. And we will see who else we've got. Thank you, sir. Okay, got time for a few more. I'm going to talk fast. I think I'm already talking fast, to be to be fair. Joni, I got you. Can you let me know if you're still here, please, Joni? Because I am trying to read for people who are still here. And Susan, if you've got any feedback, I would really love to hear from you. I'm not sure if you sent me some and I missed it. I do tend to go back and read. Big mahalo. Okay. Susan, I think that means thank you. I'm not sure. I might have to Google that later. Okay. Joni's here. Love it. Let's do it. Okay, Joni. Okay. Oh, it does. Thank you, Susan. Did you know who that person was? They were, man, their energy was just off. I just love them. So fun and just like kind and beautiful and so much movement and energy there. All right. Okay, Joni, I'm going to pull a card for you. Oh, this one flipped out, which means that we have to acknowledge it. Okay. I'm just going to tap into your energy before I read that card for you too. 1 second. Joni, you feel really grounded to me. I feel like you're a really level-headed person. I feel like you don't really get super worked up. Like you just seem to me like you're very chill. When I'm connecting with your energy, I'm really connected to the fact that I'm on the ground. I feel a lot of peace when I'm working with you. I'm just going to tap in a little bit more. Cool. I really want to sing. So when I've got your energy, I really feel called to sing. I really feel called to, and not singing like songs like I was reading for Susan, but singing like angelic style, like more like choral, like, oh, that kind of thing. I really feel like there's some kind of otherworldly level going on here. Like the angels know you very well. I hear that I feel like the angels are with you. I would say that I have an angel here coming in. If you could just come in a little bit closer so I can see a little bit more, please. So this angel's coming in just kind of like an angel form. I can't really see a lot about them. They do feel like they have a feminine energy to me. And there's a lovely, beautiful white glow around them. But I do feel like you're really connected to the angelic realm. So if you haven't worked a lot with the angels, I want to recommend you check out Claire Stone's work. She's on Facebook, YouTube, all that stuff. I have her book. It's the Female Archangels. It's amazing. And it also comes with, well, I've got the physical book and also the audio book, or the ebook and the audio book. It also comes with a whole bunch of meditations to connect with the angelic realm. But I really feel like for you, you're like ready to connect with the angelic realm. So I really want to encourage you to do that. They're really telling me that's really important. Okay, so message delivered. When I pulled your card, I got this card, Hot Moon, and it's the extremes card. And this is number 34, and 3 + 4 is a 7. And 7 is a high frequency number. It's all about connecting with source energy. It's also connecting with your higher self. Like I've just said to you, though, we've got a lot of indication here for you to connect with the angelic realm. I feel like your guardian angels actually would step through here, because they're kind of telling me that I hear that they're going to help show you the way and how to connect in like a way that's manageable, right? So I was talking earlier to somebody about how our spirit guides, a big part of their job is to make sure that we're not overdoing things, to make sure that we get little pieces of information and that we can digest them. So I feel like your guardian angel is basically saying, I hear that, thank you. They're going to show you the path. They're going to show you the light. They're showing me like a white path with like sparkles on it, but it looks kind of like white sand. And they're showing me this sort of like road for you to walk down. But you're going to have a lot of support around you. Okay. As you're walking along that path, I do see you with like an angel. I do see you with some other spirit animals and spirit guides around you, and they're all walking with you along the path. Sometimes you feel like you're alone. You're not alone. Okay. You have to remember though, our spirit guides, our angels can't intervene without our help. We have to say to them, hey, Can you assist me with this new journey? Can you assist me with this thing that's happening? Can you assist me with that? They can't intervene unless we ask and we give them permission. And we have to do that on a frequent basis because we live in a free will world. We tend to just think, oh, I'm just going to do everything, or I have to do everything on my own. No, we don't. They're here to assist us with that. You just need to ask them for assistance, okay? I feel like you've been going through some extreme stuff. That's why we're getting that hot card here, although it's a little bit sexy, I will admit, right? But I do feel like you've kind of been maybe at your wit's end, which is weird for you because you're so grounded and cool. So I'd be really interested in hearing your feedback on that. One of the things that's important to remember is that you can manage everything that comes, even when it's difficult, even when it feels like you can't, you can, okay? Remember to ask for support from your spirit team and from your spirit guides. Remember to continue to stay grounded, okay? And if there's a lot of heat coming on, you might want to invite in some earth to kind of ground you like you already are naturally grounded. And I feel like if there's this, sort of heat, this sort of extreme stuff going on with you, it's a bit out of character for you to deal with that. So continue to come back to your roots, your yoga, your meditation, things like that, which help you to be here in the now, okay? I'm going to pull one more card for you. Beautiful. And it's the card of surrender. So look at that, and this person is looking up to the heavens and asking for that support, and that surrender action is really a lot. What I learned recently, or like the last 6 months or something, because I'm the person, I'm an Aries. I like to be in control of things, I'm cool with going with the flow, but I like things done my way, right? And so one of the things that I have to work on is surrendering, is relaxing. So I read the surrender experiment and a bunch of things about surrendering, and I never really understood it until I went, oh, wait a minute. Relax is a synonym of surrender. So how can you relax a little bit more? What can you do in this moment to just chill a little bit more? Can you listen to some music? Can you have a cup of tea? Can you focus on your breathing? Can you lift your toes and put them back down? Can you hear your heart beating? Can you feel your heart beating? Anything like that to help you to sort of relax is going to assist you in surrendering. And when you learn to surrender, that's when your angels can come in. That's when your spirit guides can come in, and they can lead you with gentleness, with grace, with ease along that beautiful path, which is taking you to the next destination. So I would love to hear if that resonates with you. Thank you for your question and reaching out. Thank you for your support. All righty. Who do we have next? Okay. Joni, you're an Aries also. Love that. Aries sisters. Awesome. So much love and support. There's so many people being like, good luck on your journey, Joni. I love that. You guys are awesome. All right. I've got time for maybe two, maybe. And it does resonate with Joni. That's great. Thank you. Okay, Kathy. Still struggling here at the moment. Guidance needs some answers. Okay, let's see what we get for you. I'm just tapping into your energy. Feel really sad when I'm connecting with your energy. Really drawn to the heart space here, and I'm feeling really sad. So I'm not sure if you're dealing with a matter of the heart or there's a loss of some kind, okay? But I'm feeling a lot of emotion. I'm just listening, and I'm just feeling it. Okay. One of the things that they'd like you to do is do a little bit of energy cleansing, okay? So sometimes when we're dealing with a lot of pain, a lot of emotion, we really actually need to kind of reset a little bit of our energy. So if you have a bath, go take a salt bath, just table salt if you don't have anything else, sea salt, magnesium, anything like that, Epsom salts, put them in there. If you can submerge, that would be great, but definitely try to get it all the way up to your third eye. You really want to cleanse all your chakra centers. I always fully submerge. And what you want to do is kind of like swoosh around a little bit and just imagine that all your chakra centers are clearing. One of the things, if you don't have a bath, that you could do is go and have a shower, and you can imagine that the light coming out of the spout is like a beautiful, calming, healing light. I like to work with purple or blue or green or white or anything like that. So just imagine a color that's for you. Imagine it coming through your crown chakra and clearing and cleansing you out. One of the things that they are talking about is that it might be good for you to go and get a little healing. So you could do some Reiki. I know Michelle, she's coming up at 6:15 today in 15 minutes. She's a Reiki master. So if you live on the Sunshine Coast, you could do some Reiki with her, or even she does remote healings. I also have some great recommendations for theta healers. One's in Darwin. She's incredible. Veronica McClintock from Veronica McClintock Center, Healing Center, and also Healing Works, which is with Bernadette. She's in Canada. If you want any of these contacts, let me know. Just send me a DM and I'll send them to you. But I'm feeling like sometimes what we do need is we need someone else to come in and give us a bit of an adjustment. And I think that might be really helpful for you. There have been a couple of times when I just haven't felt like myself. And when I get a healing, it kind of just corrects things. So I feel like that might be really good for you. Okay, honey? The other thing too that they're telling me is they're telling me to be kind to yourself. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to feel sad. You don't have to be tough all the time, and you don't have to feel good all the time. It's okay for you to cry. It's okay for you to let that stuff go. Okay. Journaling is going to be really important for you here. One of the things that you could do is do some journaling and then burn the pages. I always like to do that. That's just a letting go, like creating a little bit of a letting go ceremony, which is important. You can also do that with outdated beliefs. You know, if it's not a relationship, it might be that you're looking at things in a new way. You know, very often when we're on the spiritual path, you know, people that we used to know drop away, and it's just because they're just not, you know, on the same journey as we are. And that's okay, even though that hurts. So there are different things that you can do to sort of assist you along the journey, but I'm really feeling that an energy clearing or an energy healing might really work for you. Now, if you don't want to do remote, you could also get a remedial massage or do something like that to kind of get into your body and kind of work some of that stuff out, which I think might be really helpful for you. Can you let me know if that's making sense for you as well? I'm going to pull a card for you. Okay, so it's a winter's card. So it's really a time of, you know, hibernation. It's a time of healing. You know, you can see all the frozen ice and frozen crystals here. And, you know, sometimes what's difficult is that we go through cycles, right? We go through a winter, we go through a spring, go through summer, fall, that kind of thing. And sometimes when we're in a winter, we see other people and everything's working out for them. We think we should be there too. But it's cyclical. We all go through these different changes. Like I was in a winter, you know, 4 to 6 months ago, and I was taking some time out to learn. I was taking some time out to think about what's important to me. I was hibernating. I was sleeping, you know, these sort of things that we need to do. It was like a reset. So I feel like you're in that position right now. You're kind of in a reset, sort of hibernating down, hunkering down. Nurture that. You know, sit with that, watch those movies that you want, cuddle up with your pet if you have one, you know, get comfy and under nice blankets, drink tea, nurture yourself, talk nicely to yourself, do a lot of self-care. I think that's going to be really important. If you want an angel to work with, Archangel Raphael would be wonderful for you to work with as well. He's the angel of healing. You can also call in Archangel Shamuel, like I talked about at the top of the hour. That can help with unconditional love and healing as well. And Archangel Michael with beautiful blue light and that sword of truth, which can cut those cords and assist us in moving forward. So I really hope that was helpful for you. Just be kind with yourself on this journey, okay? You're doing the best you can. Look at that letting go ceremony with the fire. I think that might be really good for you as well. And again, if you want a healer or any recommendations, send me a DM and I'll send you some. But also on the Afterlight podcast, my podcast, new episodes every Thursday. There's so many people on there that are amazing that you could connect with that could really assist you as well. So I'd love to hear if that makes sense for you. Thank you for the question. And you know what, my friends, we're out of time. So thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the support. I really appreciate that. Michelle's coming up at 6:15. She's awesome. Stick with her. I'll be back here at the exact same time on Thursday with my girl Elsie. We'll be doing psychic readings together and mediumship as well. I'll be doing mediumship if your passed over loved ones want to make an appearance. And I want to thank you so much. Continue to, be kind to yourself. Remember, there's nothing wrong with you. Nothing needs fixing. You're perfect just as you are. If you want to book a reading with me, all my links are in the post comments. So thank you, and I'll talk to you next week. Bye. Hi, I'm Lauren Grace. I'm an evidential medium and a seer, and I'm the owner-operator of Lauren Grace Inspirations. I'm a channel of the light and work with spirit guides, angels, the higher self, and passed over loved ones to provide you with support, clarity, and encouragement. Using oracle cards, mediumship, and clairvoyance, my readings will leave you feeling comforted and empowered. I have various reading options available, ranging from 30-minute readings to 60-minute readings to group sessions, all online or in person. I also work with professionals to help them gain clarity in business and life purpose. To book a reading with me, simply head to laurengraceinspirations.com.